serious, you can record yourself. This is the best way to become a better presenter, is to see yourself on video, and then you can be your own sort of worst critic. It's like, oh, I have my hand in my pocket, I'm slouching, I'm not speaking with confidence, I'm not smiling, I'm looking at my slides. Like, it's a really, really powerful technique to try to videotape yourself. Okay? I have documented some of the exercises with the Mad Libs. There are some examples of pitches as well. They're very startup-y. I apologize in advance. But there are some examples you can watch up here at startupexperience.com/pitch. And there's also a bunch of resources on where to create pitch decks. So in terms of creating your pitch deck, these like 8 to 10 slides, whatever you end up using, I do recommend a tool called Canva. Canva.com, are you familiar with that? Yeah. So on Canva, you can actually go in and you can search pitch deck templates. If anyone needs help with that, I can show you how it's done. But Canva.com, and then you can search pitch deck. And they have a number of pitch deck templates that are already nicely laid out, and they look good. And then the other thing about Canva is that you can find royalty-free, high-resolution images. I don't want to see any shitty images up on the slides tomorrow, okay? Only use high-resolution images. So if you're using Google, you go into Google Images, and you can go into Tools and select Size, and then say Large, and they have to be high-res. This might be obvious, but you will be surprised by how many pitch decks I've seen with like scattered little shitty images. Don't do that. Everything you're going to be judged on it. So Canva.com/photos has a massive database of royalty-free images. If you search for an image there, some of them are going to have a little dollar symbol, and that means you're going to have to buy them for like $1 or so. But you can also, in the top bar, write like select free only, and then you're going to see the free ones, and you can download the image. Again, if anyone needs help with that, happy to be of service. That is it for now, my friends. Good luck. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, 2 tricks here.
kidnap him.
Yeah, I was like, how do I look when I talk? Do you want to go somewhere else? Where are you going?
I'm just gonna go to the mall. There, you can come in.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna change the scenario.
What have they left already? Yes. Yeah, I think they left already to the school. We went there at 14 and started at 15 o'clock. Yeah, I don't know. It's before you go there, it will take like 15 minutes. 15. If you're with the back, try it and maybe come.
And we are back with 3 more interviews. Very much looking forward to these. We're going to start with Kasima. Hi.
Hi.
Thank you for joining me today.
Oh, thanks for having me.
So I'd like to know a little bit about you. Can you tell us a bit about yourself?
Well, I'm a native to Berlin. I'm German by origin, but I live in the Netherlands in Groningen, which is 3 hours north from here.
Yeah, great. Yeah. And is this your first time in Leiden?
It's my second time. I was here for the European Union Talent Fair already.
Ah,
That was 2 months ago or something.
Great. So you know your way around a little bit.
Yeah, a little, yeah.
Great. And your area is, the mission that you're doing is climate neutral and smart cities. But you're a chemist?
Yes.
Yes. So how are you bringing your knowledge from chemistry and also, I suppose, your just professional background to into working with your team on smart cities?
Yeah. So I'm a PhD in chemistry. I do organic synthesis and I work in the field of nanotechnology, which is a bit difficult to apply to a smart city setting, to have really something that's to translate that into a startup idea. Yeah. But personally, I'm really passionate about avoiding waste and creating awareness around creating waste and to be aware of the different waste streams that we have. And that is something that I found that my teammates are also really passionate about. So we're doing a project based on that.
Ah, great. Okay. And actually, following from that, then I know that you actually do a bit of activism with food waste.
Exactly.
Can you go into that a little bit more?
Yeah, as a student, I joined an association called Food Sharing, which is a non-profit organization where some volunteers, including me, build collaborations with restaurants and gas stations and supermarkets to get the food that they couldn't sell anymore, and then we got it from them and then redistributed it in our communities.
Oh, brilliant! Wow, it's a really lovely thing to be involved in.
Yeah, thank you.
And finally, how are you enjoying the TalentOn so far?
It's a lot.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it a lot, but it's also a lot more difficult than I thought, actually.
Yeah.
I've never been involved in having to create a startup idea before. Yeah. And so it's a steep learning curve for sure, but I learned a lot. So yeah, enjoying it very much.
Great, great. And hopefully something that then the skills you learn here you can bring in the future.
I would think so, yeah.
Great. Well, that's all the questions I have for you.
Cool.
Thank you so much for
Thank
talking
you.
to me, and best of luck with the
Thank you
rest of
so
the day.
much.
Thanks. And next I have Leah.
Hello.
Hello, hi. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
So can you tell us a bit about yourself?
Well, I'm Alia. Currently I'm actually studying in Ireland, but I'm originally from Malaysia. So yeah, that's where I am right now. Yeah.
And what are you studying in Ireland?
Well, I'm doing my postgraduate in polymer engineering. So I'm working on how to degrade polyethylene, specifically low density polyethylene. So there's a lot of plastics around the world right now there are waste everywhere. So I'm trying to degrade that.
Yeah,
So, yeah,
that would be helpful.
Yeah, that would
degrading,
be the main
helpful.
idea. Yeah.
And are you bringing this kind of idea into your project? Because your mission is the adaptation to climate change.
Yeah, that's why I entered it initially, because I'm really passionate in, like, you know, climate change in general. But, well, with my team and I, initially we talked about degrading the plastic things, but in the end we came up with another idea on like a bigger scale, like on locally. I don't know how to explain it, but community.
Yes,
Focus more on specific communities rather than like a bigger scale, like degrading plastics.
Yeah.
So, it's not really directly involved with my project, but it's somewhere along the line.
Yeah, you can always take things from what you know and apply it.
Yeah, yeah, and then you'll hear it maybe when we were doing the pitching.
Yeah, I'm
we'll
super
see.
excited for the pitching, actually.
Yeah.
That's like, I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm nervous about it, but it'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
Yeah.
This is practice.
Yeah, yeah.
And also I know that you did a few things related to climate change in Malaysia as well. Did some kind of activism work there? Or?
Yeah, I was involved in like a nonprofit organization with several young students. So we focused on a lot of different things, but one of it was we tried to because there's one forest that was gonna deforestate. I don't know how to explain, but by like this one government. But in the end, we tried to do more campaigns, try to ask people to send letters to the government bodies, the politicians, and make little postcards, you know, to kind of give awareness about this situation. And then we actually managed to stop that deforestation. So it'll be really
good job.
campaign. Yeah. So it's all a lot of work, but I think it's a good experience.
Congratulations on that. That's a big feat. So well done.
Yeah, yeah, it was, but it was okay. Yeah, it was a good experience in general.
And then just before we finish, is there any? I wanted to ask you what kind of things you like to do for fun outside of maybe science or also your activism.
Well, I like to do photography.
Oh, nice. Okay,
Yeah,
you take
yeah.
Photos.
Yeah,
Great.
yeah. I like to observe. So I think film is like a good way to observe and like capture in the moment.
And
So
actually,
I think.
take in your surroundings.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe you'll get a chance to go around Leiden.
Yeah. Actually, that's the plan.
lovely. Great.
It'll be good. Yeah, for the experience. Yeah.
Great. Well, thank you so much for having a chat with me.
Thank you too.
And good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
And then my last guest is Frederick.
Yes, thank you very much.
Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for joining me, taking
Thank
a bit
you
of
for having
time
me.
out of your busy
Thank
schedule.
you.
So could you please tell us a little bit about you?
Yeah, sure. I'm Frederick. I work at the university actually. So I'm a researcher employed at Leiden University. I defended my PhD last year, so I'm already a little bit more advanced maybe than other participants, but it's a very nice and enriching experience here.
Yeah, most definitely. And what is your area of study?
I'm a lawyer, so I do European law. It's a bit sort of different than the traditional law maybe, which is normally very like national, of course. So European law is much more, well, overarching, and I enjoy that a lot, that it connects with like different regulatory layers. And that's something that I think is also very good to be here, you know, like it's good to involve different layers, different parts of society to work together on the missions that we are tackling actually.
Yeah, definitely. And I think this kind of EU perspective that you can bring then to your team is going to be very helpful for the project that you're working on.
Yeah, most certainly. Although, I mean, the project that we are doing is very much a bottom-up project.
Okay.
So we are more engaged with local communities and empowerment of local communities and like a shared learning experience. So how can communities learn from each other when it comes to climate adaptation?
Okay, great.
And we hope that these experiences could feed into the regulatory process at the European level. So it's sort of like how the experiences at the local level can improve EU policies. So it's sort of the other way around.
Yes, yeah.
It's not that EU law should do something about local communities, but local communities could engage with the European level much more.
That's brilliant, I think, because it really then is bringing a voice to the people who actually it affects and involves. So that's great.
Yes.
Nice. I'm excited to also hear about your project a bit more. And then also as well, I'd like to maybe ask you a bit more, focusing on climate change. What do you think is one of the biggest challenges facing climate change at the moment?
I think one of the biggest challenge, and maybe because I'm a lawyer, so I think not so much about the hard nitty-gritty scientific details so much, but more about awareness. I think there's a lot of awareness out there, but no action. So a lot of people are aware of climate change. We just experienced it. We had the hottest summer ever recorded in Europe. But there's very limited action on our side as humans of society, you know, like people still fly without really considering it at large scales, and we don't really adapt our habits so much to this crisis that we are facing. And I think that is the biggest challenge, that we have all the knowledge, it's all out there, but we are not really transforming it into action.
Yes, yeah. And do you have any ideas of how to change this?
Yeah, with our initiative, that's why.
Exactly.
Because, I mean, one of the things that we felt with our group was that climate change has a very negative connotation. It's very heavy. We are really overflooded with information every single day. And we believe that this also maybe is a bit of like we have a fatigue towards acting, really, because we're just like, we cannot change it. Me as an individual, I'm not going to stop climate change. But this is exactly the problem. So I think the project that we are doing is trying to change the narrative around climate change a bit and say, like, adaptation also has a positive side, you know, it can empower you, and from that you actually get motivation to continue and working for a better future. I mean, climate change is a really, really significant challenge. It's not easy, but we need to face it, and we should do so with maybe a positive outlook and really take it as an opportunity.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, for sharing that. And finally, I'd just like to ask, how is it going? How's everything moving forward? It's going well so far?
Yeah, it's very, very good, actually.
Yeah.
I'm very happy with my group. We are very, like, diverse background, but it's very, very nice. We have very complementary skill set. And yeah, I think we are ready to pitch tonight and then tomorrow.
Exciting. Okay, well, I wish you the best of luck with it.
Thank you very
I'll let
much.
you get off now and continue working. So thank you very much. And I'll be back soon with some more interviews.
Because we were like 20 minutes late. Maybe by the time we arrived, they had already ended the visit.
Yeah, so from my point of view, you're not missing much.
You think?
From my point of view.
Yeah, I think you say that. Okay.
Isn't that impressive? I don't know. I haven't seen. Where is Anna, Andrea, and Hannah?
They're like over there, like in the little tables. They're like.
Dat je niet verwacht hebt, lees ook wat gevraagd. Dat nog mensen nodig en Rafael en Nicky en dan krijgen we dan wel een leuk gevoel voor, dus dat is wel
We have a fragment here. This, your idea contributes to the same mission. I added the latest place and your contribution. So I think that we made our point. There is no platform to help patients catch climate, the best treatment for which would allow available transportation care. The only way for us to aid at in the sense it's if people feel that we're all only no. I get it from the sense of where we're coming from, so our thoughts, but it's just so we need extensive if I want to have extensive, I want to have so specialized center then we how better state of the art center. What kind of center? Hey. Yeah, ik heb het center inderdaad gebeld. I called it, I didn't think about it, I called it because that's where we have like a hotspot where things are yeah, but we're diagnosing treatment. So we, because that's a certain well sense, we're saying something about bubbles, so it's not like actually. Advice to, well, so and the last help is to cancer, that's what every hospital is doing within this form that we are. Hi, okay, so
And welcome back, everybody. I hope the day is going smoothly. I've got 3 more interviewees here, so we'll just kick off with Juliette. Hi, Juliette.
Hi.
Thank you for joining me here.
Thank you.
If you could please introduce yourself for us.
So my name is Juliette. I'm French and Argentinian. I was born 23 years ago in Buenos Aires, and I've lived most of my life in Paris. I just finished a master's in political science from the Sciences Po in Paris. I've been working on issues of politics, government, and the relation to economics and social systems. And and I've also worked on like how the environment plays into all of this.
Okay. So that kind of matches with your mission of adaptation.
Exactly. So when I found out about the TalentOn on an ad on Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah. And I checked out all the missions, found out that adaptation to climate change was one of the missions I was really interested about, and like I had some expertise in because I've been working on how politics and ecological systems like intertwine. So I figured I could apply and see how it went. Yeah. And I got in. Like this is why I'm here today.
And how is it going?
It's going really well.
Yep.
I've been doing things I'd never done before. I was introduced to the world of entrepreneurship, which is it's not as bad as I thought it would ever be. I've been like working with a really great team. We really got it going. We're like we're coming up with like lots of ideas. We have a really good energy going on, so it's been really fun, as well as we've been working a lot, but it's also been really fun, and it's a really wonderful experience.
Great, great. And with, as you said, with your team, how is it with the different perspectives, areas? Are you all from different research areas?
Yeah, we are. So we have psychology, we have ecological studies, and we also have like urban planning. So we've been integrating all of this, like by integrating urban planning, the issue of regreening cities, and how to get citizens involved, because there are like barriers for citizens' participation. So I've also been working like personally with my political science expertise on how to get citizens to actually do things, because that's one of the issues that we face like in politics. Like, how do we get people involved? So I've been trying to contribute with my knowledge on that matter.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Great. And my last question is just, is there anything that you like to do for fun outside of your work?
I don't know anymore, because I've I've like dedicated like the 5 to like mostly the 2 last years of my life doing my master's research masters. It was on Zoom, so I don't even know what it's like being outside of a computer or a library. So I'm doing gap year now to kind of try and figure out like what do I like, because I don't even remember.
Yeah. Well, enjoy the gap year, but before that, enjoy the next few days.
Yeah.
And I know it's a little bit more stressful, but you'll get through it, and I'm sure it's going to be great.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I'd like to invite my next guest, Buliash. You can come on in. Thank you, Buliash.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
Yeah, no, of course, of course. So please introduce yourself. Tell us.
Yeah, my name is Buliash. I'm a master of ecotechnologies and engineering, but I'm bachelor of industrial design. So I have some different experience, not like science experience, but I'm doing applied research, and I'm an entrepreneur, lecturer. So I have a lot of experience on pitching on something. And I'm doing applied research about communication strategy inside of area about like sustainable development, how to make this strategy like more interesting for businesses, because I'm working in my lab with businesses. We're doing like education projects, research, and the most time we are producing objects and doing design stuff for these companies. So I'm feeling good, because it's B2B strategy, and it's impactful more than B2C.
Yeah, great. And this is you talk about your lab. This is your zero waste lab.
Yeah.
And you started this.
So
how did you come about?
It was very funny, because I started it because when I was bachelor, it was part of my diploma. So I continued it in my master's degree, and so I was like, oh wow, it seems like my future job. Okay.
Yeah.
And I started it like non-commercial thing, but then I move on and try to recognize what kind of market I have, what kind of services I should present for my customers, and it was like this, and I try to recognize what kind of things I should do. So it was very funny, but very joyful.
Great. And then also I'd like to ask about being here and working with scientists, with lawyers, with policymakers. How is it for you, all this intertwining of ideas?
So it's very multidisciplinary thing, because I have experience on bad industry, like as designer, but I'm really passionate about how I should involve design tools and design methodology inside of sustainability, and how to put something like very unique and very understandable from sustainability to design too, because we should understand how to connect these industries and make like win-win strategy.
Exactly, definitely. So this is the opportunity, to like talk to people, figure it out, and
Yeah, it's why I choose smart cities and climate neutral cities. It's like, oh, okay, it's like design and sustainability. Okay, creativity meets sustainability.
Yeah,
it's something about me.
Yeah, great. Well, thank you very much for
Thank
sharing.
you.
Really lovely to hear about your background and what you do. And good luck with the rest of the day.
Thank you.
Thank you. And last but not least, I have Jose. You can come on up. Thank you.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm good, thanks. How are you doing?
Great.
Good. So, can you please tell us a little bit about you?
Yes, well, I am Venezuelan and Spanish. I was born and raised in Venezuela and recently moved to Spain, and I've been living in Santiago de Compostela in the north of Spain, and I recently finished my master's degree in finance, although my background is in literature and philosophy. And I'm really interested in entrepreneurship, and in particular in the way of, in particular in fintech entrepreneurship. And even though I'm working on soil projects, I am really interested in the way we can use the principles from fintech into soil development and agriculture.
Yeah, great. So this sort of, I suppose, you should think tank, this sort of kind of layout here at TalentOn really works then for that, to explore that a bit more.
Yeah, of course, because you can have like ideas, because generating an idea is not really a difficult thing to do, but actually executing ideas and having like the time to combine different disciplines, it's actually really hard. And I think that a hackathon like this one helps you like to better grasp the different aspects of numerous disciplines.
Yeah, definitely. And I'd like to look a little bit more just in one of the projects that you were involved in Venezuela, the fluid forests.
Yeah, so I had like a small startup focused on creating developing reforestation projects to issue carbon credits, and we developed like the first steps for a reforestation project in a small area. It was developed for a small university with a small university campus, and I'm really looking forward to finding a way to do the same process, but here in Europe.
Yeah. And do you think maybe you'll meet some people here or ideas that might help with that?
Yes, of course, because my background is not really associated with agronomy or soil, but I am working in a team with 2 microbiologists and an agronomist, so I'm really interested in learning how they approach these types of research that is related to soil, which I think is probably one of the key aspects of the development of our future, especially if we consider ecology.
Yes, most definitely. And finally, just how is it going? How is the process? How are you ready for later, the pitch?
Yes, we are ready for the pitch. We are working on an application.
Okay.
I don't want to share all the details.
Of course, I understand.
But yeah, so we are on our way, and we have like many ideas flowing, and we have like a really clear understanding of the product we want to pitch tonight and the product we want to develop. And I think there's like a lot of promise in the type of project we are doing, and I really hope not only that we have a great pitch tonight, but that the project we developed have some degree of stability to develop in the future.
That would be brilliant. Really cool to make something from this collaboration. And finally, just before we go, I know that you graduated today.
Yes.
So a big congratulations.
Yeah.
That's really a good feat. So well done, and hopefully you have more success today and tomorrow. So thank you so much for taking your time out to talk.
Thank you.
Thank you. And that's all for me from now. We'll be back soon.